Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Wednesday, May the 13th, and today we're going to be working on page 273 and 274. The title of our lesson is Object Pronouns in Prepositional Phrases. Before we begin, I want to give you or tell you a joke. Here it goes. Why couldn't the pony sing a lullaby? Why couldn't the pony sing a lullaby? Because she was a little horse, that's why. You get it? She was a little horse. A little horse. Like when you're sick. Don't you think that's funny? Well, we're going to continue on because some of y'all think it's corny. But anyway, let's go to the beginning or the top of the page and look at this, the sentence. It says, when the object of a preposition is a pronoun, an object pronoun is used. So, when the object of a preposition is a pronoun, an object pronoun is used. Here is a small box with some object pronouns. You've got singular pronouns and plural pronouns. Singular ones are like by themselves. Me, him, it, you, her. Plural means there's many. So us, you, them. And remember, you can be singular or it can be plural also. For example, if I'm talking just to you, you're singular. But if I'm addressing the whole class as you need to put your pencils away, then it's plural. So let's look at the purple sentences right here. Mother flew to Rome with me. So mother is the subject, flew is the verb, and with me is the prepositional phrase. So with is the preposition and with whom, me. Me is the object pronoun, or the object of preposition, actually. So the next sentence says, Carla visited with us. Carla is the subject, visited is the verb, with us is the prepositional phrase. With is a preposition, and us is the object of preposition, which happens to be a pronoun. So, let's look at the next sentence. It says, prepositional phrases can add details to basic sentences. A prepositional phrase can be added to the beginning, middle, or the end of a sentence. Notice that the placement of the prepositional phrase affects the placement of the subject and verb. Most of the time, subjects are at the beginning of the sentence, and we've talked about that this year. Most of the time. This is a good example of how the subject doesn't always have to be at the beginning of the sentence, because let's look at this. Well, let's first of all look at this basic sentence. Emperors built large buildings. Emperors, that's the subject. Built is the verb. But let's look right here, right underneath there. They've added a prepositional phrase at the beginning of the sentence. During the Roman Empire. That is a prepositional phrase. You are not going to have the subject in the prepositional phrase. And then it continues on and says, emperors built large buildings. So the emperors, that's the subject, and built is the verb. And in this case, it's falling in the middle of the sentence. And the whole reason why is because this prepositional phrase is at the beginning. So the next sentence, emperors in Rome built large buildings. So we have the subject at the beginning right here, emperors. But then they squeeze in this prepositional phrase in the middle, in Rome. And then built is the verb, large buildings. Now the next case is when they put prepositional phrases at the end of the sentence. Emperors built large buildings in cities across the empire. So emperors the subject, built is a verb, large buildings, and then we get to the prepositional phrases, and they put to in the sentence, in cities across the empire. So that's pretty basic and pretty easy to understand. So let's go on to the guided practice section. It says, underline the simple subject once and the verb twice. Okay, that's pretty easy. Write an object pronoun to replace the underlined words. So the only thing that we're going to replace are the underlined words. And we're going to use this little chart up here above to fill in those pronouns. So, number one, the emperor built a great Colosseum for the people. First things first, we're supposed to identify the simple subject. What is the simple subject? Or the subject? The subject is emperor. Okay, so underline that one time. And then it says underline the verb twice. So remember, a verb shows action. So what is the verb right here? Built. That shows action. Okay, now we have to replace the underlined part. So let's reread the sentence. The emperor built a great Colosseum for the people. What pronoun up above could you replace the people with? Now, the people is more than one, so it's going to be plural. For them, that's right. So them is a great pronoun to replace the people with. Number 2, the people expected the entertainment from the emperor. The people expected the entertainment from the emperor. Okay, so what's the subject? People. Underline it once. What's the verb? It's action, remember? Expected. The entertainment from the emperor. Okay, the emperor is singular. So we're going to go up there and look in our singular box. They expected the entertainment from him. Yes, him. Number 3, a guide told us all about the building. Okay, so who is the subject? Guide. And what's the verb? Told. That's an action. A guide told us all about the building. Okay, so the building, they told us about, it's one building. So look in the singular box. They told us about it. So that replaces the building very well. And number 4, the ruins of the building towered above Carla, Mother, and me. Okay, so what's the subject in this sentence? Ruins. And what this is a great example of, look at this, of the building above Carla and me. So you got subject at the beginning, prepositional phrase in the middle, and then you also have a prepositional phrase at the end. So don't get confused. Mark those prepositional phrases to help you identify the verb. But remember, a verb shows action. So what's the action here? Towered. Okay, so that's the verb. Underline it twice. Okay, so they underlined the building. They want us to find a pronoun that will replace the building. The ruins of the building. The ruins of it. Remember, we used it just a minute ago. The ruins of it towered above Carla, Mother, and me. They towered above us. That's right. Because that is Carla, Mother, and me. That's plural. All right, so we're going to move to the next section. It says expand, and expand means make longer or make it bigger. Okay, so expand each sentence by adding one of the prepositional phrases from the box to the beginning, the middle, or the end as indicated. So as indicated means right here they want us to add it at the beginning. So what could we say? Okay, it says for the people's entertainment, under the floor, or to the arena. What could you say? Something wild animals lived in cages. What could you say? Under the floor. Under the floor, comma, wild animals lived in cages. All right, so this one is at the beginning, okay? So that is at the beginning. Number 6, they want you to put, and we already used this one, so we're going to cross that one out. So in the middle, they want our prepositional phrase in the middle. The animals were moved and released. Okay, so we got to kind of split the sentence up and put something in the middle. So let's start. The animals, oops, I misspelled that. Wow. So, I'm sorry, animals. The animals, let's see, the animals were moved They were moved, how about to the arena? To the arena. And released. Sorry, I had to squeeze all this in because I messed up on that word and didn't have an eraser. Smooth this up. Okay, so the animals were moved to the arena. So that is your prepositional phrase. To the arena and released. Okay, so the next one's pretty easy because they want it at the end. The emperor provided free games for the people's entertainment. For the people's entertainment. And remember, this is your prepositional phrase right here, for the people's entertainment. All right, so we're going to flip that page over, and basically this looks just like the front side. It's almost, you know, just like it. You're going to, the top part, you're going to underline the simple subject once and the verb twice. You're going to put parentheses around each prepositional phrase. So that's pretty easy. And the section in the middle, it says write an object pronoun to replace the underlined words. Use the box on the front side of this page to help you pick out an object pronoun. Remember, if it's singular, it needs to be singular pronoun. If it's plural, it needs to be plural pronoun. And then the last section, it says expand each sentence by adding one of the prepositional phrases from the box to the beginning, the middle, or the end, as indicated. The one in the middle is a little bit tricky, so if you want to, you can do the one at the end first, because that's easy. You can start the sentence off and then add which one makes sense at the end. Then skip number 15, pick one that goes well at the beginning, and then the one that's left over, you can sit there and think about where you need to split the sentence to insert that prepositional phrase. So I hope this helps you to understand the lesson better today. If you have any questions, just send me a message and I'll try to get back to you. Hope you have a great day. Thanks.